Okay, let's do number 22. Trying to solve for y, so we got to get y all by itself. We've got a positive 3 over here that we can get rid of with a negative 3, so that cancels out. And of course, the reason that cancels out, I suppose, if you really needed to see it, is plus 3 minus 3 makes a 0. And 0 is the additive identity. Anything plus 0 is just whatever it was before you added the 0. So having a 0 added there doesn't change anything. So we can ignore it. So that's how we rationalize getting rid of that term. But what really ended up happening is that 3 becomes a negative over here. But of course my students have to show every step. So now we just have this 1/4 that's bothering the y. The way we get rid of the 4th is to multiply by its reciprocal, because that would cause cross-canceling to happen. So what we did to this side, we can do to this side, 4 over 1. And 4 over 1 can just be written as 4, since neither of these terms are fractions, so we really don't need to write it as 4 over 1. The only reason we wrote 4 over 1 here was to really illustrate the cross-canceling. So instead of 4 over 1 over here, I'm going to write it as 4. And then we're going to distribute to both of these terms. So 4 times a negative 5x is a negative 20x. Because 4 times 5 is 20, and negative and positive make a negative. And the x just goes along for the ride. 4 times 3 is 12. And of course it's negative because positive times a negative makes a negative. And so that leaves us with y all by itself, and there's the answer. And just one more comment on cross-canceling. If you're still not comfortable with that, go ahead and multiply them together. 4 times 1 would be 4. 1 times 4 would be 4. This, 4 over 4, really can be rewritten as a 1, because anything over itself, 4 divided by 4 is 1. And we don't even need to write 1y, because 1 times y is just y. So that's how we rationalize cross-canceling. Of course, if you've gotten comfortable with that and you realize that the rationale behind it, then you can just do it and not have to think about it, as long as you understand the concept. So that's number 22.